Yeah, so we made that post yesterday, and we actually got some people to give us some feedback, which was awesome. So we always appreciate that. So one of the questions we got last night was, I'm looking to sell my house here in the next few months. What can I do now that's budget friendly to get everything prepared and so I can maximize my profit? Go ahead and jump right in, and let's talk about, we're gonna cover 4 topics. The first one I'm gonna do is curb appeal. So this is a big one, guys. I know a lot of the times we just didn't do much curb appeal, right? It's just like, yeah, it's not a big deal. As long as the house isn't falling down, we'll be fine. But it's totally different, guys. And so we definitely want to make sure we're maximizing readiness, its cleanliness, like how well the owner took care of it. So it all starts in the curb. And what do we mean by curb appeal? Katie and I were talking about some ideas here. Like, man, like get your bushes cleaned up. You know?
How many times have we had to like duck and dive trying to get to the front door? Because even if you are used to using your side door, people, when they come to your house, are probably going to come through the front door. So don't neglect like any overgrown bushes. I mean, you got stung by a hornet one time because a bush was like in the walkway. So definitely like clean up so it's a nice and easy walkway is number 1.
The hornet one's a big one. We see hornets all the time.
And get rid of hornets' nests, anything like that. Yeah, any dangers or hazards. That's for sure.
Yeah. So pressure washing your home. Making sure the driveway, the walkway, the home, the gutters, it's all pressure washed. If you have plant beds and flower beds out there, make sure they've got fresh mulch. And like Katie was talking about, make sure that those bushes are trimmed up. That way you're not ducking and diving as you're trying to get into the home. Katie's gonna go.
Yeah, so you're definitely gonna wanna make sure you touch up your house. So if you're anything like us and you have bar stools, like people kick on the wall, you got scuffs under the countertops, you got scuffs along where the pets are, baseboards always take a beating. Paint touch-ups go a really, really long way. And if you can't paint, if you can get the baseboards, that goes a really long way, and get like a little magic eraser and clean up any of the scuff marks or any of the gunk on the walls. So really take a good look at your walls. That's gonna have a huge, huge impact for those touch-ups. And then you're also gonna wanna declutter. I saw an amazing decluttering tip today, actually. If you can go in your pantry and you take a look and you got anything on the floor, if you can possibly declutter to the point where you don't have anything on the floor, that makes a huge impact. So your pantry, your laundry room, anything on the floor, if you can pick it up and put it away and clear off your counters, especially in the bathrooms and the kitchen, declutter things because space sells. People want to see, wow, this is so big, I have all this room, but the more stuff you have, the more small it feels, and then there goes your value. So you're gonna wanna definitely declutter if you can.
And we're all like that, right, guys? We all have stuff on our counters. So, like, when we sold our house, was it last year? No, it was earlier this year.
Yeah, we have like 3 cutting boards out. They're all gone.
Yeah, they're all gone. We had a bunch of stuff, so we just got rid of it. And wow, the whole space just looked huge. So we definitely took our own advice on that one and went with it. So the next one I'm going to talk about is repairs. A lot of times we have things that have been just put on the back burner. We haven't really addressed them, and those are going to be like repairs, or like the leaky faucet, or what was the one, the stopping?
The stopper in your sink in the bathroom. I feel like ours always breaks.
Yeah.
You know, little things like that are going to be found
on your home inspection.
On the home inspection. So get ahead of it now if you can.
Maybe you have a leak in the roof. I don't know. Maybe you have some weird electrical thing going on with your outlets or your switches, and you're like, it doesn't really bother me. But
maybe I can get away. Maybe they won't see. It's like it will come out on a home inspection, and then it's just a whole other mess of problems. So if you can get ahead of it, get ahead of it.
Do it now. And maybe you're like, there are no problems with my home. Maybe get a home inspection. Get one of those pre-listing home inspection or pre-market home inspections, and that can go a long way. You can even market and say, hey, this house has been pre-inspected, ready to go on the market. So those are some tips, and then Katie's gonna wrap up here.
Yeah, so then you gotta clean it. I know, you gotta clean it. It's gotta smell fresh, it's gotta smell really clean. All the grime off your shower, glass door, your floors need to be immaculate. Everything needs to be clean. Any smudges on the windows, it needs to be clean. And if you have a pet, you more than likely than not, even if you can't smell it, you probably have a pet odor of some sort in your home. So just make sure that you vacuum those carpets, carpet clean those carpets professionally. That goes a really, really long way. Check your upholstery items and see if there's any pet odors trapped in there, because it really can deter a buyer if it smells too much like a pet. So I know we love our pets. So maybe get a friend in there and just have them do the sniff test. Like, hey, do you smell a dog in here? Because maybe you're used to it. So all of these tips are actually really low cost. You could rent tools, you can do it with your own elbow grease, really low cost, but it really will maximize your profit when you go to sell, which who doesn't want that, especially in this market.
Right.
So thank you so much again for your questions. And if you have any more questions at all, please leave a comment down below or message us, and we'd be happy to answer those for you.
Thank you.
Bye.